So, hello everybody, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you right now about the zombie survival game and drills. And this is important because it shows several points, that you might want to consider. And anyway, before I continue, I wanted to remind you that down below is my email in case that you want to help me out by sending an Amazon gift card. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And anyway, here I go. So, this girl, by the way, this is a spoiler alert because, I am talking about things that might happen in the game and stuff. And, the game apparently is different from each location because each location has his own plot, drama, actors, settings, and times and stuff, and it's kind of weird. In fact, they did a zombie survival game in a cruise, and so far I'm watching the one from the girl and then the one from the boy, which is different because they both kind of have different perspective on things and stuff like that. So anyway, so this girl, people ask her in the comments, what do you take and what would you recommend and stuff like that, and what is what is your taking on the games and stuff like that. And this is important because here's the deal. These drills, because they are games, but they are kind of drills. They show several things that you might want to consider, for real life. Because here's the deal. People are paying to get into the game, right? And supposedly everybody should follow the rules, right? Right. Wrong. Because there is a lot of people, you're supposed to play the game walking and finding clues and stuff like that until you reach the end of the time, meaning, time is up and you survive, but you didn't win. Or you win when you reach the helicopter. So anyway, you're supposed to get to the helicopter to win, and if you don't win, well, that's it, you survived, but you didn't win. So the point is that you are supposed to try to play the game by the rules. So people are cheating all the way from the game up and down. Here is why. Some people, when they are into trouble, meaning you are surrounded by a horde or something, you are supposed to have like a scarf or something to mark that you are playing the game. Because otherwise people from the town, they're not going to evacuate the whole town just to play. So the people in the town do not have the scarf, obviously. So what happens is that when people are surrounded by the horse and stuff, they take off the scarf so that the zombies do not attack them because they consider themselves part of the town and not part of the game. So that is kind of like, yeah. So basically they're cheating. Number 2, you are supposed to walk, not take the car. But people, when they take the clues and stuff, they go everywhere with the car. And I am like, what the hell? And that's not, fun. What the hell? So you get the clue and then you go run to the car and then you don't even experience, the drill of you running or walking or hiding or whatever. I mean, what was the point? And then the third one is, people also cheat. Like, they get touched by the zombies and stuff, and then you're supposed to be dead. And instead, people keep running. And it's like, okay, I'm beaten and I don't care. I just want to continue playing. So I'm not going to give up my scarf and I'm not going to turn into a zombie and I'm just going to hide and then I will continue in another place or something. And then you're kind of like, what? So this tells you that in real life, or hell, in real life, that, if people can't follow a rule in a game, try to imagine what they will do if this was real life. If this was real life and people are beaten, they're not supposed to go into a cruise or something, and yet people will. Why? Why will you, put in danger everyone by being beaten and not telling anyone? And people will do that. So basically, if you're thinking that, you're going to be safe because people are, okay or following the rules or whatever, they're not. And in real life, it's going to get even messier because no one will agree about rules. And everybody will do whatever the hell they want. And it's going to go to hell. So this tells you a lot of things. Also, during the game, you are supposed to be running and, dodging and stuff. And this girl said a lot of things about the flashlights. Yeah, I already mentioned that in my videos about flashlights. So, yeah, it's okay, And she said that in the first game, she went with a backpack. Yeah, and when she was running, the backpack was a pain because it did not have the support for the hip, and also because zombies will grab her through the backpack. So basically, she said that, it was better to be with a crossbody thing if she was to be running. And also, here's the deal. You're paying to test your physical ability to run and to hide and to have fun and stuff like that. And she said that in the first hour, a lot of people were running towards the first block. And people just lost their breath. And they started telling the zombies to grab them because they are not going to keep running. And then I am kind of like, what the hell? So, what is the point of you, train in your gym and stuff and train, physical things and cardio or whatever, and then you going into this game and not lasting even 20 minutes. I don't get it. I don't get it. Quite frankly, I don't train. So I don't think I will last, 3 blocks running straight. It's just not me. Probably I will be, in the first group of dying thing, because I'm not running. But also, it's kind of crazy, and so there are other things that she said that helped her survive. And the first thing that she said is that every time that you go into a street, and every time that you go into a place, and every time that you enter into anything, the first thing that you do is you find a way out. Yeah, I've been telling you that in all of my videos. I always tell you that your first priority above everything is you want to stay, meaning that is your preference. But oh hell no, your priority, which is different than your preference, your priority is finding a freaking way out. And she mentioned that, she has been doing this for a while because, she likes it a lot. So she said that several times in which she has survived is because she found a way out of almost everything. Because she has been training her mind to find a way out from everything. For example, she said that, she was hidden inside the closet for under the sink, and nobody cares for, a zombie is not going to look for you under the sink and stuff like that, So for her, this was her way out. So you always, always, always need to find a freaking way out or a way to hide. No problem. Because otherwise, you might get caught or you might be, run over in instant beats and stuff. And She said that the biggest problem was obviously, communication. So she recommended walkie-talkies, to be, for every single member of the group. That is kind of like, of course, because if you are 5 people, you need 5 walkies. Because obviously you're 5 people. If one of you is lost, then, then if that person is not the one that carries the walkie-talkie, then what the hell? The point about you carrying the walkie-talkies is that you can, communicate with each other. So you really need the walkie-talkies. And so this one is important because most people will not consider that. Most people will just say, okay, I have my cell phone. Yeah, about that. She said that when people are running, their cell phones have been completely smashed to the ground in a game. So try to imagine if this was real life. If this was real life, the probability of you losing your cell phone is probably around 50-50. And I do mean 50-50. In real life, in my country, every time that you go out, every time that you have your cell phone, in the middle of a mall, whatever, the probability of you being mocked, you being, chased because you're carrying the freaking cell phone. The probability of you having a problem because you have a cell phone, like you falling down the stairs, you falling into an elevator, you falling into something, or people bumping into you because you are looking at the freaking cell phone and not looking around, or the probability of you falling is 50-50. I will say 60-40, but, let's say 50-50. So if you like your cell phone and you absolutely love your cell phone, you better find a way to grab it through your hands and not fall with that thing. And if you're going to fall, try not to put your cell phone, with your hands, because otherwise, if you're going to stop the fall with the freaking cell phone, then your cell phone is done. So if you're going to survive, during this time, you better have a walkie, because a walkie you can throw and it's probably going to survive. But a cell phone, yeah, not so much, especially if you don't have the screen protectors and stuff like that. She said that during the game, a lot of people were cursing and swearing and everything because people lost their freaking cell phones. So it's going to be a problem if you're thinking that you're going to communicate and you're going to be okay with your freaking cell phone. You're not. I'm sorry, but it's just the way things are, And so it's just, and if you are going to go through hard times and you're thinking that your cell phone, is going to be okay, because if you fall or whatever, your cell phone will be okay. Yeah, not happening. Also, she said that, a lot of people, when they were together in big groups, they try to separate into smaller groups because obviously, you need to hide and stuff. And if you need to hide 20 people, it's not the same as hiding 5 people. So smaller groups is better. But when you're in a large group, people will step into you and then your shoe is going to come off. And then I am kind of like, of course your shoe is going to come off. Because, if you're running, if you're walking and you are very close to someone and you are kind of, slower or faster than the other person, then of course that person is going to step into you and then your shoe is going to come off. And at that point, if you do not have, the bandage for the feet and stuff, and these people hurt you, oh hell, your feet is going to not just be hurt, but also is going to be in pain. And also, you're out of the shoe, So you really want to try to have plastic shoes that you can run into, or boots, or something that is high end. Also, you have to carry, even if you don't think so, you need to carry the bandage for your feet, inside your feet. Because if people are going to step into you, you're going to hurt you. And if you don't want to get hurt, you need a bandage. Oh yeah, so I have those. But we have them like a cream in here or whatever. So I bought that. My mother told me, we didn't need it. But if we ever find ourselves into a situation in which we have to walk long time, like more than 40 minutes or something, oh hell, I am using that thing. And I am, I am telling my mother that we're stopping in a bathroom or something and we are using that freaking thing. Because, come on, hell, from the mall to here, walking, I have taken my mother's shoe like 4 times because usually I am behind her. Yeah, and my daughter, oh hell, my daughter is always doing that to my mother. And sometimes I am the one who is doing that to my daughter. So you are going to step into each other and you're going to lose the freaking shoe. You better be ready for that. Also, she said, what do you take? And obviously, you want to take cash, which is, something that she uses, but cash in smaller bills. Because, obviously you're going to buy water and stuff and, you need that. She said that she took water from the fountains and stuff, so water wasn't that big of a deal because, water was running. Also, electricity was running. Also, people were still paying cash. Also, in the game, there is a lot of things that are happening, but there are others that are not happening. So, by the way, in the game, if you piss someone from the military, they will shoot you. And then you're done for the game. They don't care. And you paid for something, for the game or whatever, but you're not going to run from the freaking zombies. You also need to run from the freaking military or the people that have guns, because otherwise, there are people in the game that pay extra or whatever. I don't know how or the rules for that one because the girl hasn't done anything like that. But there are people in there that have guns. And if they shoot you just because they want to shoot you, they're done for the game. So, well, hell, and she said that there is a lot of people that you say, oh, this is a game, whatever. Yeah, boom, that's it, you're done. And then, you have to give up your scarf thing, which means that you cannot win the prize and you cannot go to the helicopter and you cannot win the game and you cannot do a lot of things. And anyway, in the game also, there were people that were crazy and they started drinking alcohol and stuff. And come on, what the hell? You're playing a game in which you're supposed to be running and you're supposed to be, fighting zombies and stuff, and you are drinking alcohol? What the hell is wrong with you? But, there were people that are like that. And there were people that show up to the game, kind of wasted. And I am kind of like, oh, come on, what the hell? You are paying for being in a game. You are supposed to be sober. But alcohol is going to, oh crap. I mean, come on. You're paying and yet you can't hold your I don't know, your need for drinking alcohol. What the hell? So also, there are other things that you may want to consider that are important. Like she said that the walkie-talkies needed the earplugs. Because obviously, if you have a walkie-talkie and that thing is very noisy, you will attract the freaking zombies. And if you attract the freaking zombies, then you're done. Especially because you're not looking towards your back. A lot of people got caught because they were talking on their cell phone. And if you're talking to the cell phone or the walkie-talkie, you're not looking to your back. That's why she said that it's important to have a team. And you have a team that is supposed to be like a tree, like a triangle, so that one person can look this way, the other one can look that way, or the other way, and whatever. And it is important that someone carries the map, someone carries this, and someone carries that, and someone has to do this, and someone has to do that. And then I said, okay, that one I have said already in my videos like 1,000 times over. You're supposed to have a map, and you're supposed to have a navigator in your group. Because if you do not have a navigator in your group, then you're done. Because you can't have every single person trying to figure out if it is right or left or whatever. You need someone that tells you, hey, in this corner we're taking a right, and if we can't make a right, you better find, to the left. And then this person should be training everybody else on how the hell to find a way out, And this person should have like a way out for everyone, or at least, try to figure out, who to push to what way or whatever, and then having like a meeting point. She said that there was a lot of people in every single game that got separated from the groups, and then they couldn't find each other. And then, the game has a time limit. And if you spend 2 hours trying to figure out where the hell is your team, then basically you are losing the game. And if you want to win the game, which is different than just surviving, if you survive, is good. And by the way, this girl has been killed like 1,000 times over. because she keeps, sometimes she dies, sometimes she doesn't, but, it's just a matter of, perspective or whatever. So people are giving up, people are using alcohol, people are going crazy, people, are cheating, people people are not running fast enough, people do not know how the hell to find a way out, people do not know how to do things properly when they are with another group, because it is like an stampede and people will step on you and then you will have no shoes and stuff like that. So it's kind of crazy. Your backpack is, if it doesn't have the support and stuff, then you might be into trouble. So and anyway, also she said that you might want to consider bringing your own food and your own energy drink or whatever, just in case that you want to have that. And oh, by the way, this is something that I never consider because, quite frankly, I don't wear contact lenses, but she does. And she said that if you wear contact lenses and then you carry the normal package, which has the lenses on it and the liquid, then that's kind of, not working out. Because you see, when you're in the survival game, you don't have access to toilets all the time. And also, if you need to remove your contact lens for whatever reason, and your hand is dirty, then you can't remove it. So basically, you need the tweezer thing to remove the contact lens and try to put it back in. And that way, you do not do it with your hand dirty, and you will not contaminate your eye. Because she said that the first time she contaminated her eye, and then it was very, very bad. And oh, come on, if you hurt your eyes, when you're in a hard time here, oh hell, your eyesight is just one of those things that you really, really, really need. Especially, when you're buying medication and you need to see the small things and stuff like that. So hell no, your eyesight is, your eyes and your teeth is one of those two things that you really, really, really protect besides your feet. Without your feet, you can't walk. Without your eyes, you can't see. And without, without your hands, you might be in trouble, but you might make it. Hands are very important, but they are not, the most important. You need your freaking feet, and you need your eye. And you need your teeth. And here is why. Because without your teeth, or you being in pain because you have a tooth pain, oh hell, you will have headaches, you will be dizzy, you might not be able to talk, you might not be able to eat, you might not be able to drink, you might not be able to use anything. So she said that, you need to protect your freaking teeth, and you need to protect, your eye. And if you wear contact lenses, then you need the freaking tweezers, and you need to have at least a couple of those containers. And here's why. She said that when people are running, they are actually losing their backpack. And they are actually, like I said, losing their cell phones, they are losing their shoes, they are losing things. So if you do not want to lose things, then you need to protect them. Meaning you need to attach them to your body somehow. And if you're running, like she says, that you're going to be running, then you better be ready to keep up with the weight of your backpack. Because some people wanted to give up for two things. Your backpack, when you're running, it will move back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it will hurt your back. Unless your back is secured to the freaking thing. Which is something that you can do yourself by sewing and stuff like that. If you don't know how to do that, then you probably want to buy the backpack that is already like that. And if you can't because it's too much, or you don't like it, or you're thinking like her, like people will grab you from behind because of the backpack, then you gotta figure out a way to put a backpack in your side, and you need to make it so that it is comfortable. Meaning you probably want to carry waist back and side bags that go in your hip and stuff. She said that those are the best. The problem is that those things are very small. And also you might want to take medicine for your stomach, allergies, and headaches. And if you need, because she most of the games are throughout the night. from 7 or 11 or 10 p.m. to the next morning 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., whatever. And most of them are 12 hours. And here's why. Because the survivors, I have seen the videos from her. They are usually about 100 people, 100 to maybe 200 people. And the people that start the game is usually, I will say, around 1,000. So that is how much people will just give up or will not make it. Because they are not used to being in the middle of the night, and you can't see a lot. And that's why I made the videos on the flashlights, because I said, the flashlights are important, but there are times in which you're not supposed to use the flashlights, and there are times in which you're not even supposed to use the cell phone. You're supposed to try to get your eye to see each other. Now, the other problem is that she mentioned that other people have flashlights and they overuse it. And not use, they overuse it, but they bother other players. So if you were in a disaster, here in my country, most people will know that you're not supposed to use the flashlights all the time, because otherwise, you will attract attention and stuff like that, which is, common sense. But if you're in a disaster and this is your first time and you have no idea where is anything and you don't know how the hell to make your eyesight work in the middle of the night because you haven't done it, or in the middle of the dark and you can't find anything, especially if you wear contact lenses and stuff, then you're going to be in trouble. You need to practice letting your eyesight get used to the dark so that you can see in the dark. If you can't see in the dark very well for whatever reason, then you need to try to make your eyesight better. I will suggest taking multivitamins or something for your eyesight, because quite frankly, you need it. And if not, then buy lenses that will allow you to see better in the middle of the night, and try to get that into your EDC. And anyway, she also said that, she needs, like I said, the medicines and the stuff. And you also want to make sure that your backpack doesn't sound a lot when you're running, because obviously the sound will attract, people. So, this one is like a common sense. You're not going to carry, things that make a lot of noise if you're trying to hide. But still, it's important to notice certain things. And this was kind of like from the drills that she has been making in the games. And it's insane. I mean, come on, I would have figured a lot of things. These things, I already know, because we walk to the mall, we live in hard times, we do a lot of things. However, her drills are completely different, because she is doing the drills mostly during the night. I do the drills, real life, during the day. We try not to get outside during the night. So it's kind of different. And also our clothing is going to be different, because, of course, I'm in Venezuela and she is in Spain. And then she went to Peru and the other ones. And, of course, clothing is going to be different. And also, hers is for fun and stuff like that, and she can get out of there as if she wanted to, and she can stop, she can go to a bar, and she can buy things, and no problem, because she has light and she has water, and she has not to worry about other things. Oh, by the way, in the videos you can see people trying to steal things from other survivors, and this one is not just from the girl, but from the boys' video. In the zombie survival TV thing, the guy has a car, and the car is being stolen by another survivor. So survivors are targeting cars to try to get out of town, because there is a part in which you are supposed to walk through in the middle of the road to try to get to another town. And how the hell do you get from one town to another one if you are, without your car? So, yeah, kind of like really bad. I mean, they were trying to steal things. So, in the game, there were people trying to steal things from other people. And that was the game. So, try to imagine if this was like a real situation. So, it's just insane. And I don't know. I mean, it sounds kind of fun, but I just wanted to let you know about the drill. And if you can't, if you really want to figure out if your gym training is working, you should probably try one of these games. By the way, I just found out that there are other games that are not just for zombies, but there is one for Predator, you know, the movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger participated, that there was this alien that was supposed to be hunting people and stuff. Yeah, there is a game about that as well, for real life. And there is another one for real life that it's about an alien invasion and stuff, and yeah, kind of like that. So basically, people want to participate in movies, and they want to see if they can make it throughout one single night with, you know, with these things. But the thing is that they have it with rules, obviously, because, you know. Oh, by the way, during the game, a lot of players were entering private property. And, you know, the game organization was like, what the hell? Did we allow, you know, you to go out into the town and attack people from the town just because what the hell, you're playing? You know, so, oh crap, you know, it's insane. I absolutely find it interesting, and I hope that you do. And I hope that you, if you speak Spanish, or I don't know if they will ever do this in the US or in Canada, but I'm pretty sure it will be very, 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 very nice. I mean, I try to imagine this. There are entire cities in China, and there are entire towns in Canada and in the United States that you could turn into a zombie survival thing. And if you know, these people are doing paying to stay there for a whole day. So try to imagine if you did that for a week, a whole week in which you make survivors do without water, without electricity, without food, and then you make them, you know, train and stuff, and then you have military people that might shoot you and stuff like that. I mean, that will be very, very interesting. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So I just wanted to let you know all that so that, you know, have fun.